Big Ed here. Today I'm bringing you a good one. Today I'm bringing you the Marlin Model 336. This one happens to be chambered in .35 Remington. So this is a tubular fed lever action rifle made by Marlin. And originally these rifles were made in 1948. This one happens to be an R prefixed by the serial number, so it was made in 1958. Being in 1958, this also has the JM stamped on the barrel, and I'll give you a close-up this in a little while, but that stands for John Marlin, which is also desirable because this rifle right here, I can barely read it on the barrel, but it says the Marlin Firearms Company established in 1870. Then it's got the serial number, and it says Model 336 RC caliber .35 Remington. And it also has the micro groove barreling. So before I left my house, I pulled up the Wikipedia page of the most popular rifles sold in the world. And number one was the AK-47, no doubt. I might do another video on this, but this was high up on the list, was the Model 336. So let's just touch on the history of this a little bit. So this was made, this is the predecessor of the Marlin's Model 1893. Also, there's a lot of these made. According to Wikipedia, there are 6 million of these in circulation, Model 336s. And these came in many different variants. And these are still being manufactured by Marlin, which is now owned by Remington, which is now declared bankruptcy. And I believe that Ruger has bought Marlin, but somebody can correct me on that. But yeah, these have been around for a while, and these have been many different configurations. This one has a 20-inch barrel, but there are others that have 16.5s, 18s, 20s, 22s, all the way up to 24. And the only one still being made in a 24-inch barrel right now is a 30-30. But they've had takedown models of these, they've had stainless models of these. They've even taken off the pistol grip and made a couple with this, like the Winchester Model 1894. But this is a pretty standard, and if you pull up, you know, pictures of a Marlin 336, this is basically what you're gonna see. And this one's all original right here. So let's just go over like what this rifle's about. So basically, you know, it's a simple lever action, and we have, you know, it's a tubular fed magazine system. I forget the rounds it holds, but I believe it's 5+1. You know, you've got your side gate right there where you're gonna push your rounds into. And then it basically just works, you know, you're just gonna rock your lever, and that's it right there. It's pretty simple. And there is no safety on this rifle right here, which is really nice. All right, so we're loading up the Marlin here, and it's just got, you know, your classic loading gate. So you just basically jam around it, and then the easiest way, follow with another one, and then keep on using the consecutive rounds to load it. And it loads pretty easily. And then usually I'll just take one last round just to top it off. And I forget what this holds, but I think it's 7, so we got 5 in there now. And that's plenty for what we're doing with it. The other nice thing about that is this is a very strong rifle. Top of it on the receiver is drilled and tapped for a scope. So we can put rings on this and we can put a scope directly on this. Because this is a JM version, and this has got, you know, made in 1958, there's some nice history behind this, and there's collectability on this. And this is the kind of rifle I look at being sacrilegious to put a scope on it. I definitely would not put a scope on this rifle, but some people would, and there's nothing wrong with that because this is an excellent hunting rifle. You know, close range, I'm gonna say realistically probably to 100 yards with the iron sights at tops, you know, if you practice, but the iron sights in this are pretty accurate. I'll give you a view of the iron sights in a little bit. They're also adjustable right here. This is adjustable for elevation, your rear sight in the back of the barrel. And you're just gonna slide that little tang forward, and then your sight will go vertical. 5 rounds of 200 grain bullets in here of the .35 Remington in the Marlin, and we'll go ahead and we'll shoot our targets and see how we do. .35 Remington's a pretty powerful medium range cartridge. Got a little thump behind it too. Yeah, it's a good shooter. A little bit of kick there, but not bad at all. Fun to shoot, but you could shoot this pretty much. If you're not too sensitive to recoil, you could shoot this all day, but you know you're shooting something serious. So I've actually had this rifle for a little over 2 years now. It's taken me that long to do a review on it. Just because of where I am on Long Island. I can't shoot this rifle on Long Island. I can only shoot it at ranges. It's a little difficult for me to do rifle reviews. I've shot this rifle probably about 5 or 6 times now, and I really enjoy it. It doesn't kick too hard. Being 35 Remington, it's got a little more punch behind it than a 30-30, and it will outperform the 30-30. And most 35 Remington ammunition that I've come across is 200 grain projectiles. And right now I'm shooting mostly the Hornady Lever Evolution. Yeah, this thing's great. I love it. It cycles real easy. It's obviously used. It was made a lot years before I was born. But yeah, it's definitely a nice shooter, and it's got some thump. So what's my opinion of this rifle? What would I use it for? Probably first and foremost is going to be a hunting rifle. This is definitely going to be a hunting rifle, probably scoped maybe out to 150, maybe 200 yards, absolute tops, if you get to be good with it and know your bullet drops on it. But, you know, probably, you know, closer than that. With iron sights, you know, I'm going to say within 100 yards. This will also be an excellent brush gun. You know, consider it's a 35 Remington. You're shooting a heavier bullet. It's not going really fast, but this is going to go through brush really well. And right now I'm definitely in a brushy area right here. There's brush on either side of me, and I was just thinking that if there was a whitetail here, this would be an excellent firearm to hunt that with and to shoot through some brush with this. Also, this will, you know, it's got sling swivels from the factory, so I could put a sling on this, and this is something I could carry all day long. The other thing I'll throw in there, this is a good entry-level collector's gun, you know, from Marlin. Since it's a JM stamp model, we've got the same ammunition in there. We've got 3 rounds of the Hornady 200 grain projectiles in here, the Lever Evolution. We're not going to go crazy shooting this stuff because right now Biden has just taken office. COVID is still all over the United States, and this ammo is very tough and very, very expensive to come by. So sorry for my limited amount of shooting, but this is the second time I've shot this gun. I shot it last winter in Vermont, and I'll roll some of that footage in too. But it's a good shooter. Yeah, no, I like it. It definitely a smooth shooter, a good shooter. Lever's also nice and easy to work too. This thing chambers really well. Part of the reason it's a bottleneck cartridge. Any sort of a bottleneck cartridge is gonna help chambering and help feeding in any sort of a rifle or a pistol. So it's definitely good stuff. Figure I'd just give you a nice little close-up here of the Marlin. You can take a little better look at it. But as you can see, it's a good looking rifle. And works very well. Nice smooth action. But I definitely recommend this. And they're fun to buy too. And shop around for. So folks, thanks for watching my video on the Marlin 336. I'll recommend go buy one if you're looking for good home defense or even some sort of a self-defense rifle. It's a lot of fun. I'll recommend the older ones too. There's definitely kind of a neat entry-level collectability with these, but there's nothing wrong with the new ones. I think one of the coolest ones out there are the guide guns. The the stainless steel models of these, they're definitely neat, interesting rifles. But folks, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. Thank you.